Welcome to the Gold+Roundup for December 2016.
Indeed.
Where we review every Games with Gold and PlayStation Plus game that came out for 2016 in December.
We don't want you to waste your time. These games are free, but not all of them are worth playing. So we're going to go ahead and start with VVVVVV, or as I call it, V6.
V6.
V6 looks like a Flash game, and Flash games can be great. Binding of Isaac started out as a Flash game, but this game has a lot of... It's like single screen puzzles and things. The creativity is there as far as coming up with a mechanic that works. It's switch gravity on and off. But like in particular the movement. Because there's no way to move a little bit. And so the movement ends up being imprecise. You have to figure out exactly how to run through this little puzzle one screen at a time. And it just feels clunky. I did not have fun with it.
This is frustratingly difficult, not only because it's supposed to be difficult, but also because of the gameplay mechanics, or because of your controls. So think Super Meat Boy if your controls were horrible. Skip it.
Definitely. Next up we have Hypervoid, which kind of reminded me of Ultratron that we reviewed a couple months ago. It's got some good things there, but the screen is so busy that it's difficult to tell where to look. What you end up having to do, because you're flying through on this circular spaceship and you're going through and you're shooting all these things. What you end up having to do is you have to look directly at your character to know where things are going, because everything tracks a little bit, including missiles and things that are shooting at you. But what you need to be shooting at, you need to be shooting way over in the corner of the screen. And they also have a recharge system on your weapons, so you have to shoot precisely instead of just being able to hold down like Galaga or whatever. And it's not a good mechanic. If they had simply removed that aspect, then it could just be a fun dodging, trying to shoot game. But because you have to be very precise about where you shoot, what you shoot, it just really didn't work for me. The screen was too busy. I couldn't tell what was going on, and I zoomed through all the levels and then got stuck on one for about 20 minutes
that's just
of just doing the same thing over and over. And
for those types of games, that's not fun. You lose momentum, you lose the game for us.
Exactly.
Skip it.
But then we have Outland.
Outland is a great platformer. It's I would say this is a really cool platformer, as well as has a really cool story with a lot of like old lore involved. The graphics on this are a little unique though, because you're kind of playing a little further back than I personally would have liked. I would have liked to get a little closer, got to see some of the detail.
But the art style and like the way that it looks, the ambience of the levels is really good.
It really is, and it's a solid platformer as well. So if you like platformers, go check that out.
Next up we have Tiny Troopers, which is a twin stick shooter, but it's squad based. Like they're all like little cutesy guys and everything, and you're going through and you're winning medals, you're getting dog tags, you're rescuing civilians. I played it on the Vita. It's also available on PS4. I recommend it. It was a lot of fun. I'm having fun with my little mini characters, and like when they die, they kind of sound like lemmings from like Team 17. And I enjoyed that. So that was pretty fun.
Next up we have Outlast, which I actually played on PS4 as well. This is a great first-person horror game, and it does a really good job of showing suspense, because it's not action, it's not a first-person shooter. It's a first-person survival horror game, and I really recommend it. I really hope that this game comes out with the VR type of functionality.
That sounds terrifying, based on what I saw.
But at the same time, if you have PSVR or Oculus Rift now, you could play this in theater mode and scare the crap out of yourself. I really like this. I thought it was really well done, and I hope we get more of these.
Yeah. So that's how to scare the crap out of yourself. If you want to bore the crap out of yourself, you can play Color Guardians, which is a cartoony little thing where you're collecting specific colors as you run through a thing. The graphics are overly cute, and they wanted to make sure they nailed the cute factor, and then they forgot about the gameplay. Also, if you play it on Vita, at one point I was like, wow, this is really boring. They said something about a hard mode. So I backed out to the main menu, came back to the level, and then I did it again, because I wanted to time how long it took to go from the level to the world map, to the main menu, change the difficulty, back to the world map, back to the level, back to playing. Took 2.5 minutes. That is ridiculous. No. That should not be a thing.
Yeah.
So absolutely don't play it on Vita, and probably don't play it anywhere else.
Just skip it.
Just skip it.
Yeah. One game to not skip, though, if you haven't played this already, is Burnout Paradise.
Burnout Paradise is pretty interesting.
So Burnout's great and everything, but Burnout Paradise takes this into an open world scenario.
Yeah,
So
it's a Burnout game in a Need for Speed universe.
Yeah.
And it works. It's pretty fun.
the only frustrating part of this is when you do start a race, you start it at a stoplight.
Mm-hmm.
You hit your triggers and the race begins. Now, if you stop the race at any point, or if you finish the race, your car, you are where the race ended or where you stopped the race. So if you want to restart the race, you have to drive all the way back to the beginning.
That is
a little frustrating.
Rough.
This is an 8-year-old game. It's an 8-year-old game now, I believe.
Oh, it's been out for a long time.
But it's really good, and the fact that this is backwards compatible is great.
Yeah, it's missing crash mode, which is unfortunate, but the racing is solid.
Yes,
so
it is.
Recommend it.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Invisible Ink, which was on the PS4.
Yes, it was. Invisible Ink is a spy game where you... it's not timed. It is turn-based strategy spy. So you move, you get a set amount of action points, and you can either use those to move or to peek around a door or whatever you need to do. You can also set up actions to happen. So if you set yourself up next to an open door, and you make a noise, and then you pass the turn, or like what I did was I opened a door, which got the attention of a guard. Now he could not move on that turn; he had to wait till the next turn. So open the door, and then set up an action of an ambush. So in his turn, he went, "What's that door doing?" Walked over, and I ambushed him.
Nice.
It's fun. Now it is a little slower because you're kind of strategizing exactly how you want to play it and what you want to do, but it's totally awesome.
So it seems kind of like the Hitman Go thing, where you're trying to set it up and you keep doing it until you just nail it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That actually does sound like fun.
Next game we have Sleeping Dogs, which we both got the chance to play quite a while ago and got to play again. And
Sleeping Dogs is amazing.
Yes,
it's a really fantastic game. This is actually the re-upped version. So this is for Xbox One, but it's like Grand Theft Auto mixed with Yakuza put into a triad scenario. So it's like a mafia and all of these different open world crime games that you've been playing, all of them mixed into one in an unfamiliar setting.
Yes.
It's wonderful. The story is excellent. The voice acting is really good.
It's great. This is what a lot of people thought Yakuza was going to be for Japan. This is a Grand Theft Auto in Hong Kong.
Yeah,
it's great. We love it.
It's really fun. The mechanics all work well. Like you get to build up and you like get to figure out your wardrobe, or you can run around the street in your underwear.
Yeah,
that's fun too.
Either way. Lastly, we have Stories: Path of Destinies. Now, this game I love for a lot of reasons. So this is an isometric Shadow of Mordor with anthropomorphic animals instead of people.
I'm in.
With time travel.
I was already in.
You're already in. So if you've seen Edge of Tomorrow, or what is it called?
Live, Die, Repeat.
The manga. So you have that kind of aspect where you beat a level and you learn new things, and then you go back and you play, make different choices in different levels. Fun. So you're going through kind of a similar story, repeatedly doing the right things and learning more about everything. Now the combat's very similar to the Arkham kind of Arkham and Assassin's Creed and Shadow of Mordor games, where you attack, and then
it's combat in a post-Arkham world.
Yeah, and it's great. It does it very well. The story is great, and the story mostly is done through voiceover, and it's showing like these books. It's not really as much cutscenes. There are some cutscenes, but it's more about the voiceover, and there's some really good humor in it as well. So I really recommend this game.
That's how you can spend your time with all these free games that you got in December 2016.
Yeah.
We will see you next month.